Right,
You're a
right.
bit bruised, beaten, but when it all comes to, you look up the uh, the front of the ship, still there. You're still in it. Who knows about the rest of it though, because you're still in your seatbelt chair.
Right,
But it
right.
seems like the ship has stopped moving.
Alright, now that I've come to a complete stop, I suppose it's time to take out the seatbelt and examine what's going on. Does my
Okay.
space chute have any sort of flashlight? It does have a survey, so I believe it should.
Well, as you get out of your seat, unbuckle your seatbelt, turn your flashlight on, I think that's the moment where the camera zooms back away from you for the moment
Alright.
before we figure out what actually has happened to you and what you're about to see. And we will zoom back in on Yavanta. Why don't you describe for us where we last left you?
If I recall correctly, Montana had tried to get into Big Tony's junker ship, not his good one, and she was about to take off when he called her on the radio and called her out. You've almost killed me, and he was, basically challenged her. And I don't think you expect me to take him up on the offer, but Montana came out, went to his room very overly cautiously, and blasted him a few times with her hyperbolic pistol, killed him, and now she's casing his room looking for his Rolodex and whatever money he might have had in liquid cash. And that's where we last left off.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that that you had already done that last session.
Oh,
You had
yes.
found like a locked data file or something like that, but you couldn't crack it.
Oh, yes. Let me put that in my game notes, and thank you for reminding me.
So, what was your plan now?
Well, is there any way she can take that file from the computer with her, or would she have to come back here to get an expert to look at it if
I
she
mean,
wanted to do that?
do you have any ability to take that file from the computer and put it on something else?
Well, I have academics with a favored use of with computers, and I would assume that Big Tony would probably have some removable storage media in his desk, like most people with computers would.
You might remember that Big Tony was himself part cybernetic.
Well, that is
You
true.
burned all of that, though. Burned all of that, though.
Yeah.
Melted it right down with the rocket fuel. Melt steel beams, I hear.
No, that's jet fuel. I use rocket fuel. So I can melt carbide beams.
Well, you heard it here
Hmm.
first. NASA did it.
Well, in that case, don't want to be boring and just wait there, because that wouldn't make too good of a story for the folks at home.
It's up to you. Do what your character would do.
But trying to fly out of there, she'll probably kill herself. So I got myself in a quite a dandy catch-22 situation here, don't I? Well then, I guess it's time to.
Sorry, whenever somebody says it's time to, my brain is
And
just
then
filled with Yu-Gi-Oh.
sorry, I've never seen Yu-Gi-Oh, so I wouldn't be
The theme
triggered.
song. The theme song. It's time to do. Sorry. What were you about to say? I'll stop with my foolishness.
Well, I was still thinking, so that's fine. That's fine. But I'm trying to remember the. Was it fingers that I'm with? That I
Boots. You're with Boots.
Boots. Let me put that in my notes as
Sorry,
well.
I'll shift over. I don't know why I'm not on your base. Because it's now your base, I guess.
So what's Boots' specialty besides being high right now?
Sorry, I'm still choking. He's an engineer. Paxo Boots, Crick's engineer.
All right, well, Boots, you want to go flying with an unskilled pilot?
Not really.
Well, I might need you in case the ship breaks, so let's go.
Can I not?
If you insist, I'm not gonna kill anybody else today if I don't have to.
Well, you just described yourself as an unskilled pilot, and it is very easy to breathe vacuum.
Actually, it's very difficult to breathe vacuum. There's not much air to breathe. That would be the problem.
No, I think you'll find that your air just tries to get itself out of you as hard as it possibly can. It's very easy, exceedingly easy, you might find, to breathe vacuum. It'll be exceedingly difficult to breathe anything else after. Once you go vacuum, you never go vacuum.
I appreciate
Yes,
his
the old
efforts.
spacer axiom.
She'll tap on the table, tish, and a little drum roll on the table, and get up, shrug, and I'm trying to figure out like why she would leave without having his money or anything. Like, what would she be trying to accomplish that she can't do just waiting there? And I'm having a real hard time thinking of anything besides just slumming around in a different city trying to do some
I
sailing.
am going to give you an opportunity here, Arcloid.
I
It's
appreciate it. I'm sorry.
partially
I'm
your conundrum is, I'm gonna say, 90 to 75% my fault. I have not offered you a new goal since you accomplished your first one, right?
okay.
Now, you haven't really set yourself up to have a new goal yet because nothing you've done has given me the opportunity, I feel, to nail down what you want. So, I think I am
Put
give
together a
you.
new crew would be a good idea, but I'll
Boom.
let
There
you.
you go. There's your new goal. Put together a new crew. I'm going to give you the opportunity to name your own goal so long as I feel it's an appropriate goal so that you'll feel motivated to accomplish your new task. And I think put together a new crew is a pretty good one, so I'll let you go with that one.
All right. Well, then,
Like I said, it's my fault. When you accomplished your last one, I should have given you a new one, but I slipped me for some reason.
well, I think I really threw you for a loop when I killed the pilot. So, I
No,
mean,
I
there is
mean that
that.
was
I
a
gave you.
that was
You gave me
expected.
such a great opportunity that I should have seen, but I didn't. So I'm going to blame myself for this and put you off the hook. And are there other pirate bays around this area that she would know to go to or know how to get to? I mean,
Well, you did roll last time to remember the coordinates of the base you came from.
all right. Well then,
Also, eventually, at some point, the ride that dropped you off was supposed to return to pick you up.
okay, then we. Oh yeah, we'll wait for them then. That'll be good. In the meanwhile, she'll just go and when you go on the endless search for nothing, when you forget what you're looking for, but you keep looking, she's gonna do that. But she wants Big Tony's money, and she's just gonna frustratingly pull all the drawers out of the desk, look in there, uh, tap on the walls. Like she's gonna be doing everything she can think of that would be trying to find something. But of course, we've already done it all, so it's just useless.
Well, also remember that you're addicted to Adrenal Boost Omega, so you're fatigued.
Oh yeah, oh yes. So she'll. I don't think taking another dose of that just yet would be a good idea. So she'll just, instead of turning the place upside down again, she'll find a place to lay and wait there until her ride comes back.
All right. So
Forgot about the ride.
about, I'm gonna say about 12 hours later.
Well, in that case, she probably would have rested and had to have taken another dose of the drug to do so.
Right.
And that's something else she wants to do now is get unhooked because you don't want to get hooked on your own supply.
That depends on who you are. I mean, people told Scarface that, but look at him now. I'm sorry, people told Tony Montana that, but look at him now.
I thought it was Montoya. My bad.
I don't remember. Anyways, about 12 hours later, a shuttle is going to land in the bay. You'll know this because just about every room in this place has a computer terminal built into the wall, and it will be flashing a red, like a little red text box that says proximity alert.
All right. Does this connect to a camera feed on the outside so she can see if it's her ship or not?
It does not.
All right. Um. This could be law enforcement as well, or if not, her rides. So, got to figure out some way to tell friend from foe here. Are they broadcasting any hails?
No.
Well, they probably wouldn't if they were coming here for legitimate business, because radio waves go out in all directions, and people can triangulate upon them. But whereas police probably would give a warning before they come in because they're police. So let's get the spacesuit back on, go to the hangar, and open it up for them.
All right. You go out the airlock into the hangar, and this smaller ship looks like it's very beaten up. Lands in the bay, and this Towser figure, we're also obviously wearing a spacesuit, emerges and points at you, and then puts like a thumbs back towards the ship.
All right, she'll come to the ship with them.
All right.
So you're my ride?
Well, the door will close. The shuttle will be repressurized. Then he'll take his helmet off and he'll say, "Well, how'd it go?"
It was quite interesting. I now own that asteroid.
Oh, is that so? Of course, the shuttle will be pulling out of the bay and flying off through the asteroid belt at this point. I didn't realize Big Tony was that magnanimous.
Well, right now he's that carbonous.
I don't know what that means.
Good for you.
Okay.
Out of character by carbonous, I mean he's now just a massive carbon.
No, I know what that means. I'm saying he doesn't know what that means. I think we all get what you mean when you say you atomized somebody.
That's what 2d8s in academics will give you. Start using big words. So she'll say, "Take me back to where I was. I need to find a crew I can trust. I'll
Yeah.
be retaining your services to come back here once I find them, and we'll be setting up."
Yeah, I mean, that depends on what the boss has me doing. I mean, I don't
True.
really control my own time.
True, you've got your own thing to do, and he's got his thing he needs you to do, so there is that. Well, then I guess all that remains is to get buckled in and take the ride.
Yep. I mean, it doesn't take very long. Maybe like another couple of hours before you reach the next asteroid that has a pirate bay inside of it. And this one is friggin' massive. I mean, it's like steps below a planetoid, but I mean, compared to the asteroid you just left, it's massive. You come to fly into the bay, and it looks like the entirety of Big Tony's asteroid could be held inside said bay.
Impressive.
Most impressive.
Now witness the power of this fully armed and operational pirate bay.
You can see there's about 10 other ships, like full-sized ships, in the bay as well. When you come to a landing, and there's various people in spacesuits moving stuff off of ships into like holding areas that are just off on wings of their own of the bay. And ships all look in various conditions. Some of them actually look like Frankenstein ships, like they're ships that are put together from parts from various other ships. Like, not all the engines look like they're the same. Some of the outer hull looks like it's melted into place from other parts of other ships. But they're all full-size ships, not shuttles.
Very interesting. Well, I figure Fontana has at least some sort of a turf that she works on when she's selling. And there's probably people there that she knows who either are customers of her or other contacts, from her criminal connections that she'd be able to uh, find, speak to, and perhaps recruit to her cause. So that's where she'll begin.
Well, you know that this asteroid has at least two major openings for entry. There's the main bay that you came in, and then there's it is relatively much smaller singular emergency opening, or rather exit as it were, but it's often used as like spacewalk sort of thing to reach outer sections of the asteroid. But given that most of the inner workings of this base have multiple layers of bulkheads for emergency sealing in case of a explosive decompression or whatever, because it's not often, but it's not also unheard of that your pirate bay will come under attack by other pirates. So the last
Right.
thing you want is an explosion on the outer side of the asteroid, causing a decompression that just kills everybody, because if you don't have a crew, you don't have a pirate bay. So you would know that some of your best spots for making sales and slapping flesh would be the hallways in the residential areas of the bay, between some of the sorry, my throat is going to all this pollen. Between the sections that have the most bulkheads, and between them and the outer parts. I don't know if that made sense in the speaking, but it made sense to me.
So the place to go would be the quote unquote emergency exit where there's more bulkheads.
No, the space between that and the main bay, where there's
Oh,
multiple bulkheads in between them. Because if you're doing your work out there, the risk of getting caught in either an airless environment or getting sucked out into space is like the most improbable of everywhere else on the station, and thus more
so
people hang out there than anywhere. Than
okay,
anywhere
so
that's not
go
a
there.
room where they would get trapped in and shanked in.
All right, let's go there then. That seems like the safest option for everybody involved.
If you were going to imagine more like a prison environment, right? You don't want to always be in a room where there's only one exit, because
Right.
if somebody comes for you, maybe you pissed off the wrong guy, then you're going to have a hard time. Whereas if you're in the hallway, you have escape routes.
Right.
Because a lot of people
So
tend to hang out in the hallways, that's what I'm saying.
yes, let's go find that hallway in one of them and see if we can't ply our well, not plying our business, but find some more people to work with, get a crew going.
Okay. Alright, you emerge out into one of these hallways, and there are a couple of people moving around, but nobody seems to be, settled into one spot. They seem to be off doing some job or one other. But there is a synth standing off against one of the walls. It's got like a boxy triangular, not triangular. Think of triangle, whatever you call the. Sorry, my geometry is failing me in this one moment. Think what is a triangle, but you flattened off the top. You cut off the top and it's a flat top. What is that geometric shape?
Rhombus, I believe.
Isn't that just a catch-all term? A rhombus? No, rhombus is a.
Rhombus is a tilted square. Okay.
Yeah.
This would parallelogram.
Well, we're not going to figure it out by guessing. So you know what I'm saying though. It is
Yeah.
a rounded triangle with a cut-off top and a flat top on that.
Trapezoid.
There we go.
There you go.
Otherwise, it's got a cylindrical body and just duct-like hose arms, and it is standing there in the against the wall of the hallway, and its head rotates good 100 degrees towards you as you come down the hallway, and it says, "Yavanta, it's been a while."
Does she remember the synth's name, or is this? It's been that kind of a while.
It's Noxu. You've met Noxu many times.
Noxu, what's going on?
Not much. Business has been slow.
Well, I've got some new opportunities coming my way if you want to become part of that.
What sort of opportunities?
Well, remember Big Tony? The operative word being remember.
I remember a big Tony. Yes.
Well, his business has fallen into my lap.
How's that happen?
I have my ways.
I don't know what that means. Please elaborate.
Out of character. Does she know Noxu well enough that she knows she can trust him?
She knows that she can't trust him. She can't?
Can't? As in
Can't.
with, oh, okay.
CAN''T.
I just
Cannot.
making sure I actually did hear the stop at the end rather than just.
I
the-
understand. That's why I spelled it out.
Okay. Well, let's just say he's not going to be needing his asteroid anymore. He's gone to a better place.
Are you saying that Big Tony is dead?
Yes.
You didn't kill Big Tony, did you?
He had a run-in with a rocket motor. She says that she's wearing one.
This is most disconcerting.
Well, are you up for this opportunity or not?
This requires consideration. Story will not be pleased.
Okay, Sori would be, or does she even know?
No, you would know. Sori is in charge of this entire base.
I see. They had some kind of deal going?
Big Tony was a rather large provider of salvaged goods in the area, the loss of which will be a rather large hit to the station.
Well, once I have access to his records, I'd be able to take over that aspect of his business.
And until then,
Until then, I guess Sofu's share of luck. So I want to keep my Titan, and Sofu wants to keep their business. I'd say, why don't you come along with me, and we'll try to take care of this problem that we both will have together. Well, Sofu and I, you're not involved unless you want to be.
who's? Are you talking about Sori?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just confused. Did I mention a name? I don't remember. Naxu turns the rest of its body to face you and says, "This requires deliberation. I suggest not mentioning this to anyone else."
Very well.
Sori was looking for you whenever you came back.
Very well. I'll have to talk to. Is Sorry male or female or otherwise?
Sori is a male. You know Sori is a Towser. I mean, that doesn't make him automatically male, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, then let's go talk to Sorry.
Alright. You'll go off towards the, basically the command center. There's like when you're in the bay, there's this like elevator, sorry, I can't remember. You know how there's regular elevators and there's elevators for like large heavy equipment? What are those called?
Like cargo elevators or freight elevators.
Freight elevators, there we go. I just couldn't think of the word freight for some reason. There's like a massive freight elevator, like big enough to lift a ship on, that goes to a second floor, and in that second floor of the bay is like a command center, and Sori is typically found there. So it doesn't take you very long to figure out where Sori is. And Sori is standing in front of this room that very much looks like, very much like the walls are covered in like these large squared box diode-filled computer systems. There's like a couple of screens that have just like, I don't know how you describe them, like the original version of Pong, if you remember that. That really old video of just like square blocks and wavy lines.
I remember what those look like.
And in the center of the room is this really wide circular, looks like hand-drawn map, on which are a number of like small little flags sticking up out of it. And Sori is like leaning over it, looking at all these little flags that have their own little, little diagrams painted on them, and they appear to all be put on top of like round objects. And it didn't take very long to figure out that this is like a map of the ring, the asteroid ring that you're all in, and they must be all different pirate organizations that these flags are all in.
Very interesting. It's a computer model or 3D
No, it's
actual
a hand drawn map.
Okay.
It's like somebody spent time trying to draw and a completely always moving asteroid belt by hand, and just generalizing where everything was. And then they put these 3D, they put like toothpick flags into the map. On
I like the map table in Skyrim.
I did not play Skyrim for real.
Oh, okay.
When I
Well,
log into Skyrim, I cheat in things and I go places and I kill everybody and then I log out. I never really played the game for real.
There you go, internet. Confirmed.
I mean, it's more fun that way.
well, she'll walk up to Sori and
Well, when you walk into the room, Sori's gonna look up, notice you, and say, "Vryn, it's been ages. How you doing?"
I've never been better. How are you doing there, Sori?
Doing good. Business is good, as always. So long as they keep shipping it into the Outer Rim, we'll be there to take it. Tell me, you got my stuff?
I assume, for the sake of, yeah, that she does? Or did she not get it because she killed Tony?
Hit me up again with your list of drugs.
Want me to just roll it and show
Yeah,
you?
just hit the button, yeah.
Oh, wrong one.
No, you're still addicted. Where are you? Where are you? No, 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 no. Ah, there we go. The Purge. Come on, man. I know you got more of that Purge.
Of course. I had to use one dose of it a little earlier, but you should have the rest. I'll pay you for that one.
I'm sorry. I must not have taken my dose yet. It sounded like you said you'd pay me for it. That seems like
Well,
a very strange relationship
out
we
of
got going
character,
on
what I
here.
meant was out of character. What I meant was she took it. She'll pay for the one she took.
Oh.
That's what I meant to mean, but I must not have said it correctly. So I'm sorry.
Well, just play it off. If you said it, if he misunderstands you, then let's just have that conversation in character.
All right. No, so I meant I took a dose, and so I'll reimburse you for that one.
All right. Sounds good.
Or you just don't have to pay me for it. Whatever you pay for.
Well, I prefer we not have to pay for it then. How about that?
Very well.
The first hit's free, and now the second hit's free. Sounds like somebody just broke a motto. Come on. I'm joking. That's me out of character joking. Man, been some crazy days, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
How'd your trip go?
I had a hot time.
Yeah? Everything go good over there?
Yeah.
It's always good to keep Big Tony happy. Keeps the profits rolling in.
She'll just nod.
I hate that guy, but he does good work. I don't think we'd be as good out here as without Big Tony and the men like him. I mean, it'd be great if we could take him over, but I don't think we got the manpower to run that kind of business. We need those people doing their shit, because you see, when the problem comes, when they do their raids, they raid the small guys first. They don't know they can take us, but when they raid those small guys, that keeps the heat off our backs. You see him off in the corner. He's ranting because he's taking drugs at the same time. He's taking the Purge.
So you would need somebody smart to take over his business.
Preferably
is what
not,
you're
no.
saying.
The dumber the better, I find.
Oh, well, wouldn't it take a smart person to run a salvage operation
Salvage
like he
operation.
does?
Looks like you're like
Or a chop
confused.
shop.
Well,
More
no.
like a chop shop?
Tony's guys. I don't know if I ever explained this to you. Tony's guys, they find a ship traveling, and they board it, and they kill everybody on board, and then they take the ship back. They offload all of its cargo, and then they bring it to us, and we pay them, for that service. Also for the goods, at a reasonable discount, you see, because they got no one else to sell it to.
True, so it's a chop shop and cargo acclimation business.
Well, they're pirates. I mean,
Yeah, I could do that.
I don't need to. I don't think it's not cut out for you. You're a dealer.
Well, with a proper crew, I could do anything.
Nah, I don't see that in you, Yvonta. You're not even a good drug dealer. You just gave me drugs for free.
One drug for free because I already took one of them. The rest you still got to pay for, sir.
Yeah, we'll see about
You
that.
misunderstood me.
Oh, did I tell you? One of those guys, one of those ships, they didn't die. And, turns out they were looking for us.
Oh? Do tell.
Yeah, they were like, one of those religious nuts. I can't remember. Harmony or what do you call them? The Order? One of them.
And they managed to find us.
Well, they were on one of them ships that, Big Tony or one of them crews. They were out there. They got hit, so they made some sort of deal with the boarding party and got drugged back all the way to here. Apparently, they were looking for us. They made a deal for some of our shit. And them religious nuts, they got money to spare and not lots of brains.
Oh, yeah. They always pass the plate to even stupider people who give them money. And then they spend it on stupid things.
He'll shrug at you. I'm not big on making commentary about entire groups of people. I'm just saying that rich religious nuts, super churches and whatnot. Anyway, they just wanted to buy some of the chemicals we ain't using. The byproducts.
I see.
Nanocarbides, octahydrides, dinitrides, trioxides, all them weird shits.
Industrial byproducts and
No.
the leftovers from my business.
Yeah, the shit that you've been scraping off the walls and having a hard time selling.
Oh, how much do you want that for?
Oh, pretty penny. I'm sorry, pretty note.
Well, pretty quaver, because quavers are like the lower denomination.
Yeah, but we're not talking about lower denomination. We're talking about more. That's why it's a pretty penny.
Well, I'm just saying to be analogous to pretty penny when you're not saying pretty
Well,
dollar.
probably shouldn't be saying pretty penny at all. That's why I'm trying to shy back away from it. A harmonious note.
There you go. I like that one. I may use that again in my own games. Anyway. Well then, should I go to my lab and scrape some up for them?
Ah, no, we already had a crew doing it while you were gone. They left already.
Well, shit, I didn't get to say hi.
Was there something you needed?
Well, you said you wanted to see me. Well, I've been told by Noku you wanted to see me. Or Noxu, I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything to Noxu. I ain't seen Noxu in days.
Confusing. I'm gonna have to speak to Noxu then.
Yeah, you do that. How about you get the hell out of here, too? I'm a busy man.
But of course, she will bow out. Now, what the hell did Noxu want to do that for? Is the question.
And what do you do after that?
Well, we could either go to Noxu and say, "Why the hell did you send me to Sorry if he didn't want me," and or we could go trolling for crew.
Give me a roll of mind observation. What skills do you have talking to people, too, by the way?
Uh, the only one that would do anything is presence. I don't have negotiation
Alright, give me
yet.
presence. Maybe shake some people down along the way. If you want.
Give me a moment to type out these dice codes.
Okay. So you go back along the corridors looking for Noxu, and you, even with your 3 successes, you can't seem to find him anywhere. To the point where you start shaking people down, trying to, with your best energy, try to get the where the fuck is Noxu, that sort of thing. And you come to find out that Noxu left. Noxu's not on the station anymore.
Noxu's probably going back to steal my money. Shit. Okay, how much does it cost to hire a ship to go back out there?
How much does it cost? Hold on, that's a different notepad. If you want to hire a shuttle to go back to Big Tony's, you're looking at... Well, I don't know. Give me a roll. What do you have to negotiate? You don't have negotiation. You already said that.
Yeah.
How much you got?
Yeah, I guess give me another mind and presence roll.
Alright, can I add Streetwise to this?
You sure can. Sure, I'll do it for you. Give me 5 notes.
How about 4.5?
How about 4 3/4?
Well, you can ask me for more money, but when I don't have it, I can't give it to you.
I don't know what you got. A lot of
I have
people around
4.5
here.
notes in a case.
A lot of people around here say they got nothing, and then when they get somewhere, they pay somebody else.
I got 4.5 notes and a dose of heroids if you want some.
Yeah,
That shit's
no, I try
expensive.
to stay off the stuff myself. I know we deal in it, but that shit's bad for you. How about 1 and you give me that gun?
Which gun does he want? I have the hypergolic and the regular pistol.
The pistol.
Oh, just the slug thrower? Yeah, she'll give it to him.
Nice.